entertainment, current events, and Hollywood. Don't miss Creator to Creators, hosted by the filmmaker Meosha, known for the Shudder hit documentary Horror Noir and the acclaimed film Anatomy of an Anti-Hero, Redemption. This show features interviews with filmmakers and creatives from around the globe. Join the fun with guest celebrities and gain valuable insights. Subscribe now and follow Creator to Creators.
Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode of Creators to Creators today. Today, we have a special guest.
Elle Monet.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. I'm super excited to talk to you. First of all, you're, super talented and gorgeous as all get out. But tell me,
Thank you.
tell me a little bit about, I love going back to the beginning. I always say the beginning charts, our trajectory in life, our little habits we pick up along the way, follow us into our adulthood. Tell me a little bit about your childhood. What was that like? And when did you, kind of fall in love with music?
Okay, so I was born a twin, and so we were very active. I'm a fraternal twin, so it's a boy. So we were like very
Oh,
active, and I was kind of like leaning more towards like being a tomboy. So like around Christmas, I would ask for like bikes and things like that. But one year, I really got inspired by like Hilary Duff and, watching Disney Channel and things like that. I asked for a like little karaoke machine. And so I would sing on that karaoke machine all the time. And, I started like watching because my older sister, she would like watch MTV and like all these different things. And I just thought it looked like really like fun. I was like, you know what, that'd be really fun to like maybe be a singer because other than that, I wanted to be a vet. And so, like my godmother, she had got me like a fish. I had a bunny rabbit at the time, but then like my interest changed when I started like looking at music videos and just different things like that. And it really inspired me to like be a singer. I didn't know what it would entail. I didn't
yeah.
know that there's like so much, that goes into it. I just thought it looked like a fun thing to do. And like, it turned out that my next door neighbor was Stacy Lattisaw, the
Wow.
big singer from the 80s. Yeah. And
Yeah.
so
Wow.
she had a little girl. And so we would go over her house and play with her. She had a son and a daughter. My twin brother would go play with the boy, and I would play with Kayla. And so, I would come downstairs just to like get a snack or like say hi to their parrot because they had this really loud ass parrot, and I loved it so much. That made me want a parrot too, but my mom was not having it. So I would go downstairs sometimes and I would see her watching herself on TV. And I would just be like, Miss Stacy, like, why are you on the TV? Like, how are you watching yourself? And she was like, oh, well, I used to do this for work. I used to be on TV for work. I was like, oh, what is it? Like, what did you do this for? She was like, oh, I was a singer. And I was like, oh, I think I can sing. I was like, I think I can be a singer. She's like, well, let me hear you. And so I just started singing for her. And she was like, you know what, you can actually sing for a little girl. She's like, you can sing. And then after she told me that, nobody could tell me nothing. I was like, if Miss Stacy is sitting here watching herself on TV and said I could sing, I was like, I can sing now. So that's how that all got started.
I love it. I mean, it's a great stamp, right? To be
Yes.
at such a
And
young
her
age.
husband too. Her husband was a producer, right? And so we would go out with them sometimes, so they would take me and my twin brother with them to like dinner and stuff like that. And she got in the car and she told her husband, she's like, I think Chanel can like really sing. And so she made me sing in the car with them, and then her husband was like, you know what, when you get a little bit older, he's like, keep in contact with me. So that really blew my head up then.
That's amazing. I love that. What a story. I love those moments, right? When you don't really understand the magnitude of that moment, but when you get older, you're like, holy crap. That's a
Yeah.
legend.
Yeah, looking back, I'm like, that was kind of like a really telltale sign.
Yes. Of like just how, I think there's some people, I don't know, and I'm curious. So there there's some people that it happens early on and it's just like, do you feel like this is your calling, that you're in your calling?
I would have to say yes because actually, as I got older, I just like saw everything that like came along with, trying to pursue being an artist and the manipulation of young women and my
Yes.
parents, they really were like, I don't they weren't the most encouraging, and they really were like, you just need to like go to school and this and that. So I was like, I really forgot about it. Like I really didn't put any more effort into it. Like I had like had journals of like songs that I would write, and like I kept like the little recording that I made on my karaoke machine. But like as I got older, that was it. I was like, this is just not, this is just something that people dream of happening, but like it's not, I don't think it's for me. And then like fast forward to like me being picked to be on Netflix, and then I ended up meeting like my music people. So I feel like this is just like a talent that I have, and I just think that it was like meant to be for me to end up in this space.
I love that. I love that. And first of all, I love Land of Groove. I was just like, yes. So,
Thank you.
it's so fun. It's uplifting. It's like uplifting energy. What inspired that sound and vibe behind it?
Basically that's just like how I feel. Like I feel like that. Like like all like the music that I listen to is like really upbeat. Like anyone can like listen to it. It doesn't have like a bunch of curse words in it. Like
Yeah.
my vibe that I was going for was like I wanted people to be able to listen to it in Ibiza and party to it, or go to a music festival and be on mushrooms and like really vibe out. Like I just really wanted it to be a fun song.
Yes, it was, and it is, and congratulations on it. I mean, just like
Thank
the
you.
work that went into it, I'm sure, you know, you mentioned wanting to be a feel-good song for all ages. What emotion or moments do you have or hope listeners experience when they hear it? What do you want people to take away from this particular song?
Yeah, well, I know for me that like whenever I'm like down or like just feeling off, I like to listen to music, and I don't really like to talk too much. And I listen to songs to, like make me feel better or like put me in a better state of mind. And so like that's what I was really going for this song. Like I just want it to be like wherever you are, if you're listening to it, whatever type of state of mind that you're in, I hope that it's uplifting in, the best way possible.
Yeah, I mean, and also for the time that we're living in right now, it's kind of a
Hmm.
weird, weird time.
And people are just so like negative to each other. I can just tell from walking around. And my family is in the capital, and there's so much like ever
Mm,
since all this stuff has been going on, like
yeah,
you can just feel the tension between people. And I'm like, it really does not have to be like that. We do not have to be moving backwards like that. We should just all, like vibe out together. Like we're
yeah,
here, we're stuck here. Like let's just make it a good time.
yeah. What was your favorite part of creating the Land of Groove? And like, were you how closely, because there's artists that just let the producer do its thing. Were you
Hmm.
superly heavily involved in the production of it all?
I was. So come to find out, like my manager slash producer at the time, he actually got started working with the Migos.
Oh, nice.
And so I was the first girl artist that he decided to work with.
Hmm.
And so I've really had to like, they really wanted me to do like a bunch of like R&B and like SZA vibes. And I was like, it's just like not, like I can do it, but it's like not how I feel. Like I want to make music like how I feel.
Yeah.
And so he was like, okay, like we'll do this. They gave me songs and I went and like recorded them. I killed it, and they were like, okay, like you need to pick one that like a beat that you like that makes you feel like how you want to feel. So I picked the beat, and then me and my songwriter, like I sat and spoke with him. He got a vibe from me and like my personality, and he was like, okay, like I'll go back and like work on this.
Yeah. I
And
love it.
that's how we got Land of Groove. And it really, I just really appreciate him like giving me the opportunity to, like really express myself. And then when I went to like cut it, when I went to go do it,
Mhm.
he was like, okay. He was like, so this is what you meant. Like we can hear the difference, we can see the difference. Like we'll just stick with stuff like this from now on. So that's how it went.
I love that. You know,
Yeah.
I think it's so cool that, artists can just like just be so, just creative. How do you balance experimenting with different genres when still, staying true to your authentic self?
But you know what? I just think it's fun. Like, so my next song that's coming out is an R&B song type
Nice.
song. And like it's just fun to like, do different things with your voice and, get those different vibes going. So like I'm really excited for my second one to come out because
Nice.
people haven't heard me. I've only released this one song. So I'm like, I want to keep people guessing of like what
Yeah.
they're gonna get from me. So that's what I'm doing.
I love that. I love that, because you don't fit in a box, right? I mean, I'm sure you
Yeah.
get that a lot. I'm sure people want to put you, like you said, SZA or whatever, put you in some type of, and you're like, no, I want to be able to do
Yeah.
everything and create.
Yeah, that's very true. People do put me in certain boxes like all the time. Like even just like from looking at me, people don't, people think I'm some, type of way. And then when we
Really?
start talking or they but yeah, and then when they start talking to me and like, really getting them, I was like, you're not like how I thought you were gonna be. Like even on the Netflix show, they put me as a bombshell because of how I look. And
Wow.
bombshells are supposed to go in there and like cause trouble. I was not, that was just not me. I was like, I could not be a home wrecker. I
Right.
was like, I just, like these are like we're all good looking here. I was like, I just hope I, don't, cause too much craziness. Like it was just so not my personality.
Right. That's so wild, that looks can do that and put like people can prejudge before even opening the book of who you are. Um,
Yeah.
how do you navigate that as a female artist in the game of the entertainment business? Because, as you know, and also an African American woman
Yeah.
in the game, that adds another layer to the dichotomy.
Yep.
How do you figure out how to go around those? Because I'm sure you get a lot of, I don't know, like is it getting better, the music industry getting better for women, or is there still a lot
Mm.
of work to be done?
I feel like there have been definitely doors open for us,
Hmm.
but then once you get into those spaces, you really have to have your head on straight. You really have to like, let it be known that like you're there to like work because being attractive and then being talented, like they
Yes.
become attracted to you. I've had several circumstances where I couldn't work with someone because they started to be mean towards me or
Ah,
act a certain way towards me because I wasn't acknowledging like their advances. So
wow.
it's like, and then for me, I'm the type of person like I love to like work on something. I love to be focused on, like creating the next thing or like having something to do. Like I'm not like the type that just likes to sit around, like have people do stuff for me or like,
Right.
sleep my way to the top. Like that's like not me.
Yes.
Like I really actually want people to like take me seriously.
Hmm.
So like once you get into these spaces, you really kind of have to set the tone. And if it doesn't work out, then you have to move on. I've had a, certain circumstances where I had to like kind of like put up with like verbal abuse or like men trying to manipulate me into certain things and I was like
Oh
I'm
man.
gonna stand my ground
Hmm.
and like move like kind of like move past that or like just not even work with them anymore. So you do have to be you do have to be on your p's and q's, especially when you're attractive woman, especially when you're brown.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, I'm in the film world and I don't think I'm, I feel like it's the same but a little different. I'm not as like I'm not in front of everything. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
behind the scenes, so I like that. But
Yeah.
it's still you still get it, and then you're just like, "Oh my God,
Yeah.
will it ever change?" And it's I find that being a independent artist or an artist who that you have more like I don't know freedom it feels like,
Mm-hmm.
but it is more difficult. How do you navigate that as far as like everyone wants to get that big
Mm-hmm.
contract with the big machine, but
Yeah.
as we know there's been many stories in at that came out of a lot of artists who didn't really see the residuals or haven't really didn't
Mm-hmm.
really make they might have been out there but they're
Yeah.
masters, all the things that they don't really own anything.
Yeah, and they're like being manipulated. Like honestly, my thing is I'm not really looking to get like a big record deal. Like I know
Yeah.
that sounds crazy,
No,
but
no.
like I just want to like build like a fan base and a community
Mhm.
that just wants to have like positive music, um, and kind of like see that like you can like build something for yourself from your own talents. That like
Mhm.
that's like what my goal is. Like I'm not like it'd be cool if something good came my way like that, but I'm like not really like I don't wake up saying, "Oh, I want this big record deal and this and that," because that actually happened to me before.
Mhm.
And I was not really willing to like kind of lose my integrity for it because when you
Good.
cross that line, where does it end? Like,
Right.
so what? You had $1 million. Like, what's gonna come next if I want something else, you know? So
That
I just
part.
kind of want to build something for myself and like use my talents to do it.
I love that. I love that.
Hmm.
And thank you for being so transparent with us because
Yeah.
a lot of people, they kind of gloss over that. And I've been in
Hmm.
some rooms as well. So I feel you. I feel I feel you.
Yeah. No,
Um
me, I'm a little too honest. Like I sometimes I gotta watch my mouth.
me too, me too, me too. Uh what kind of atmosphere do you hope to create with your upcoming EP, Stardust?
So I just want it to be something that's like very like fun inspiring. Like when people hear it, I want it to feel like I don't know, like the 4th of July. Like, like people are all outside, they got the firecrackers, people are just in a good time, having fun. Like I want it to feel like that. And there's one song that I'm going to be putting out soon that it was actually written for a man,
Mm.
but a man's perspective from a breakup. But I was like, no, I think a girl should sing this because we go through these things too. Like I want it to like be relatable and, like really, I don't know, just give people that feel of like, I don't know, just like a good vibe.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Thanks.
Um, what have you learned about yourself through this new chapter in music?
Mm, I have learned a lot. I've learned a lot about myself that I'm actually more like private. I'm an
Yeah.
ambivert. Like I get into rooms with certain people and certain stars, and I don't know, I'm just seeing all these different sides of like the ins and outs of like industry stuff. I'm
Mhm.
seeing like because I was actually like very like I'm from the East Coast, like I'm from Maryland. You
Oh,
do
wow.
not get,
Nice.
yeah, you don't see the same things that you do in Maryland that you would see out there. And
Yeah.
so it's really taught me to be just really stick to your values, stick to your character, um, like stay true to yourself and don't let the glitz and,
Mhm.
all that glitters isn't gold. You know what I mean? Like you really
Yes.
have to have your head on straight. I found out that like I like to express myself through my music instead of like actually like verbally opening up. And I've just come to find that like, like when you have a talent and you're good at it, you should really work on. Oh, I'm so sorry. My dog is so loud.
It's okay. No, no, you're fine.
Okay. And when you have talents, you're supposed to like express them because like in this world, we're all different. We all bring different pieces of the puzzle together. And so I feel like you're really supposed to like express yourself and follow your goals and your dreams. So that's what I've learned.
That's beautiful. You are the founder of the Stardust boutique, right? The boutique.
Yes. Yes.
How did that brand come to life?
So I was actually like engaged and I
Oh,
didn't have to like do anything. Like I didn't have to work or anything.
oh, wow.
But I always had this inner desire to like, kind of make something for myself because my both of my parents are entrepreneurs and they have their own business, successful businesses. And I guess it's just in me, like I want to build something for myself. So when I started this, I was just doing it from home, doing it from my closet. I had this really huge closet, and I put like all my stock and merchandise and cosmetics and everything in there. And I just started to like build my brand online, working with influencers, like paying them to promote my jewelry or my lip
Nice.
glosses or something. And I
Mhm.
was like, you know what? If I really try to like built myself up as an influencer, I would get more sales.
Yeah.
And so I was like, so let me start modeling this stuff myself too. And so that's what actually the traffic from my Instagram actually led to me being found by the Netflix scout. And I was like, you
Nice.
know what? If I do this show, I was like, that would give my business even more exposure. So that
Absolutely.
was actually my drive to do it. Like I didn't actually go on there because I wanted to become some big reality star.
Hmm.
Really wanted my business to grow from it. And then when I accomplished that and had the all the influencer opportunities come to me, I still felt unfulfilled. I was like, like
Mm.
I've gone to all these parties and I've get all these clothes and makeup, this and this. And I was like, I still don't feel like this is like it's fun, but I don't really feel fulfilled. So
Yeah.
then that's when I was like, I kind of want to build myself up as a brand and like,
Yes.
with my talents and things like that. So that's how, I started my business.
I love that. That's awesome. Um,
Thank you.
how do your interests in astrology and individuality influence your fashion and music style?
Yeah, so basically I like in high school, like I really felt like out of touch with my peers.
Mm.
I only had two friends, and
Aw.
I'm still best friend. Yeah, I'm still best friends with one of the girls to this day. Like I love her so much. And then my other friend, she was like the most popular girl in school. So I would end up in these settings like where I'm in the middle of like everything with her, and it made me feel out of place more because I'm like I would just sit there. I'm like, how do you vibe with all these people talk to you, and this it just looked exhausting. And I was like, I don't know why I feel so out of place. And so like my mom, she was going through like this metaphysical phase in life where she was like into yoga and doing yoga classes and listening to like Wayne Dyer and Abraham Hicks and
Oh.
manifestation stuff. And so we would go to the bookstore, and I was like, I started looking into like the astrology section because it was like, oh, it would have the birthdays. And I was like, oh, there's my birthday. And then I started looking into like the zodiac signs and like, I'm an Aquarius and like
Aquarius.
the weirdos and this. And I was like, this kind of explains it a little bit. And so then I started seeing like how all the other signs have matching signs that go with them and the earth signs, the air signs. I was like, this is so interesting. And it actually is like an ancient science. It's not like a modern day like like I don't know how to explain it, like a modern day like trend. Is
Hmm.
actually very ancient, and it like connects with like the stars and the planetary movements and things like that, and how like the moon pulls on the water on the planet and the moon
Yeah.
affects us. Like literally it was like so much, and I got so like intrigued with it. And for my brand, like I just wanted it to be something that like be something for everyone. Cause I'm like,
Yeah.
first of all, you could always get this could always be a gift. This could always be,
Yeah.
unisex because everyone has a birthday. And for me, I'm like, that just looks like more money to me. You know what I mean? So I was like, let me just stick with this. So then it turned out that like my best sellers were my zodiac hoodies and couples were buying them to match.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, I'm into like all that astrology and numerology stuff.
That's cool. Oh, so you're
Hmm.
Aquarius. Nice, nice.
Yeah.
What do you do? Who is the person you're supposed to be compatible with?
So this is where it gets tricky. So basically, your moon, everyone has a moon sign depending on your time of birth.
Yeah.
So my moon sign is in Scorpio, and when I tell you I've
Oh,
always attracted other, like even my best friends are all water signs. I attract a lot of Pisces men. Me and Cancers like get along so well. I'm like, why do I keep attracting like all these
Cancers?
like
Wow.
yes. I'm
Wow.
like, well, why do I keep attracting all these water signs? I'm like, I'm an air sign. And like, I'm cracking jokes. It's like hurting their feelings and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, because they're sensitive, but like, we still vibe. So come to find out, when your moon is in Scorpio, it's a bit stronger than your
Mhm.
sun sign, because Scorpio is more comfortable with the moon's energy. So
Hmm.
that was a whole thing. Don't even
Wow.
get me started on Tauruses.
Oh Lord.
No, for real. It'd be a whole thing. Them be my best and worst relationships. Like, it's crazy.
Oh, like it. I have a fun question that I love asking every guest, and there's no wrong answer, I
Yes.
promise. But the three
Okay.
levels of influence: money, power, and respect. And if you could choose only one of those things, which one would you choose and why?
Mm, levels of influence. Um, to be honest, I would choose money, because I'm not a stingy person, and a lot can be changed through funding certain things.
Yeah.
So I would choose money, because I believe in donating. I believe in, you know, sharing to good causes, and I do that. Like, I send money for like homeless stuff. I send money for animals that are in need. I send, like, you can do a lot through, helping people monetarily. Like, power is cool, but like that comes with a lot of eyes on you
Yeah.
and people all in your business. And respect is cool too, but it's like, I don't know. I would just rather be able to have the funds to help.
Yeah.
I'll just stay in the back, and I'll just send all the funds to help.
Yes. I love it. Great, great answer. Thank you for sharing that. Because a lot of people on the show usually say respect. And I'm like, okay, but honestly, really, if you could, like really?
Hmm. I mean, respect is cool. That means that you have good character. But at the same time, like, there are a lot of people out here that are respectable people. You just don't know it, because
Right.
they're chill, they're laid back, and they let their actions speak.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's
Hmm.
a great answer. I love it. Um,
Thank you.
what advice would you give to someone out there that really wants to get in the music world, but maybe they're just not really sure how they're going to take
Hmm.
that leap of faith because it's just the unknown?
Mm, you just have to keep creating, like, keep, working on your craft, keep bettering your voice, keep, making content and express yourself. That's what I would say. And me, I need to take my own advice, because I have so many like ideas for like visuals and songs and things like that. But I get into, like, I'm such a perfectionist. If I can't find the right person to do it, I
Hmm.
will hold off and hold off and hold off until I find that right person. So basically, all of my cover art, my music art, my promotional pictures, I have this one photographer that I work with, and she's amazing. So like, I'm such a perfectionist. Like, if like I can't, and I have to wait, and because she gets booked out and this and that, you know what I mean? So just keep creating, keep expressing yourself, and like, you'll get there. You'll find, really your own lane.
I love that. Great advice. Wonderful advice.
Thanks.
Absolutely. As you look ahead, what's your biggest dream for Ella Monet, the artist, the entrepreneur, the creator?
So, I actually don't believe in like speaking on what you really wish to happen, because I
Oh,
feel
oh.
like the energy, like the energy will get, I don't know. I just don't believe in speaking it until it happens. But like, my ultimate like goal or dream, I will say, is to be in like a singing movie or something like Dream
Okay.
Girls. That is
Yes.
like my main goal. Like, I don't care about having a record deal. None of that. I want to be in like a movie or a series where like it's like Glee, Dreamgirls,
Ooh,
Hairspray,
yeah.
something fun like that. Like, I love that so much.
I love that. Your mouth to God's ears. It will definitely happen.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time. I had such a play. It was fun. I had a blast talking to you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Where can people find you on social media to follow everything you have coming up and what's going on in your life?
Yes, so everything is Elle.Monet on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and that's where you can find my music. That's where you can find my daily, like, pictures and some of my like little makeup routines, how I like to wear my crystals on my face. So keep up with me. And
Heck
I'm
yeah.
doing much better about like, just sharing daily things about me.
Love it. Love it. All right. Perfect. Well, thank you again. It was a pleasure. Come back anytime. I had a blast.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a great day.
You too. And thank you all for listening. And always remember to live, love, laugh. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.